Last it don't mark the 22-year anniversary, then do Muslim and Christian Thanksgiving ceremony them, and then pledge for continue for expand coverage for the people of this country. Ministry of Information and Civic Education, the minister, one Mr. Chairman, don't say in government plan for finalize, he say in ministry the lead plans and for finalize the data protection law inside this year. He made this statement when they hold the first technical working group meeting at the ministry conference room, and he said this are part of President Bill in efforts that the minister will say they work closely with the Ministry of Communications and other partners there across governments for deliver on the data protection law inside this year. US Census Bureau collaborates with the UN agency that Civic Series Bo for many them do what they call assessments for the forthcoming 2025 Salon Census. The team will do a joint assessment for the country in strength them we can prepare him for the forthcoming census. President of SLAJ, Ahmed Saeed Nasrallah, will go with the executive and for follow-up on the investigation into the alleged murder of one journalist, Samuel Brahma Matia. The SLAJ will issue a statement on this issue and then will call for speedy investigation. And I want to end because I want to provide updates now specifically on this issue. Since we unfortunately lost a member of Fortex Estates, apparently this person was brutally murdered, Samuel Brahma Matia, Boku Molonde, Boku people jump into conclusion, including some of our colleagues in the Fortex Estates. I see some headlines and we're frankly unfortunate, but we gladly for provide updates. First, as Minister of Information and Civic Education, I express my sincere condolence to the family of Samuel Brahma Matia and on behalf of the government of Salome, and of course, extend them to SLAJ, which I did today in a personal meeting between me, the president of SLAJ, and the chairman of the Independent Media Commission, IMC, to get a conversation. Following that conversation, I talked to the police leadership for get an update so I can share, because it's an issue from the first day we only follow up on. Yesterday, the principal suspect in this case, the station manager, Vopan Radio, Joseph Lamine, gave a confession to the Salon police. Joseph Lamine tell the Salon police, say, with the deceased brother, Mr. Matia, and to them we get some kuskas, some issue. He say because of that small issue that we get, he talked to some area man them. One area man we in name Namolai and tell and say that the deal with brother Mr. Matia. We get witness now, we also verify, say, Mr. Lamine, we find out on Wednesday, 15 January, who signed Mr. Matia Bide, he organized, he go tip Molai, and I think 5 others. Then go, they meet Mr. Matia, the deceased, now in office, na Vopan Radio, then tire, then beat him, and then brutally murder him. Police get plenty evidence for corroborate this confession, including the blood, the money, personal property, the way they left inside the office, inside for hide and inside police store, pull all of this. They then drag the body and then go dump her not far away from the site, and apparently they go back and report to the person we send them. Say, oh, we don't know now, and all that. The Salon police will commit the act swiftly on this case, and I want to use this opportunity for also commend the leadership of the Salon Police for where they handle this investigation professionally. Of course, the investigation continues. A police for report say more like himself going in a police custody, and plenty of the other people the way the police be suspecting and with the police, they also they help the police with the investigations. The reason we could provide this updates on this breakthrough and because as is of headline and evidence of shrinking of civic space and evidence of this. Finally, we follow the facts. This government no will target any journalist at all. And we score on freedom of information on 92 and we retire for the start. So we continue to provide you now with factual information on this issue and this issue affects we all. We ask the police for them to continue and make them make sure say justice not only for be done or for the sin for be done for related order. We the place say God will get and good God. So that's the update on that very important news day that is an internal issue within the station. Apparently, the deceased and the deputy and the accused we think say you can take all the power. So we take and say where the deal with her. The way they deal with her now, the deal with her now say they end up taking life. Okay. That's now the updates we will get on news. I want to come now to the very distinguished panel we will get today. On the immediate right, and somebody who I believe so many introduction anymore, we are the Honorable Minister for Communications, Technology and Innovation. I for also mention the youngest minister inside the Mana-Biole government, first minister of this portfolio with that, because I'm new ministry, Communications, Technology and Innovation. And I think by every assessment, one of the most outstanding ministers in the government of Salon, the sister Minister Salima Olababa. On the left, I get this man I can like for calling the funky DG, but a man with astute in leadership, the Director General of one of the most important institutions there, the National Telecommunications Authority, NATSCA. I also pleased for welcome for the first time here, a brother, the Honorable Boston Munda, we are the chairman for the Committee on Communications, Innovation and Technology at the Salon Parliament. And I know say the brother they represents Kenema District, a Parliament, and a member of the Grand Old Party, the Sierra People's Party. So we tell them thank you as well, we join me today for the first time I am. Simple conversation we get. We start with the minister, we come to NATSCA, we come to the chairman, and then we don't get plenty questions online. I will start by putting a question a day to them. And then we come to now, all my gets in chance to finish this conversation and go. Madam Minister, this is an opportunity in new year. You will lead one of President Bureau Big Five. But the question that people in mind right now is this question of network coverage and quality. Give me a bit of a state of the sector for Usa we now. And all the big things that we may know say we work on in terms of policy, in terms of all things at the sector. One for the minister, 10 minutes. Let's set the scene for me on Usa we right now on the question of telecommunications. My minister.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, and also Anjali, first of all, welcome to all the people in the night today. And thank you for the back say please, not because we're talking about anyway, but definitely thank you. And also for providing platform for many communication sector can I today for carrying up these people outside really. I think say the three players that we can also talk about in terms of decision making, in terms of progressing the government agenda when it comes to communication. We have three that we can sit down and we can strategize and how for do that work really closely together, supported by Parliament. But to the question we asked we on side with I think say really critical. I think say first for waiting for layout first and the government in commitment to digital transformation. I think say one thing when we talk about His Excellency the President, the legacy one of the critical legacy to this country, and the fact of the call and the father of digital transformation, or the chief of digital transformation in this country, because now under leadership, we don't see significant progress not be made, and also prioritization from the highest government bodies that we can to this. And the reason why I think it's important for more layout, why this government is prioritize digital transformation, why we think it's important. Because we all know so we live in 2024, this is a modern age, this is a new age, this is a digital age. So many other countries that don't go before wake up to how government deliver services to citizens. How will they able to improve citizens' life? If you think of before, not also say press conference every day, past the put or something a town cry yourself, if you remember before you go to turn the ala the news. So now that the thing of technology, we don't move, we go to newspaper. Now when I do video recording, now you do live streaming. So because of this critical reason, the president will say, for me, the government able to deliver better for the people, then therefore able to use technology. So these are the reasons why we prioritize them. But also the president understands say the potential for economic and entrepreneurship growth. We go boost the economy. So this time we could prioritize them. But for me, digital transformation happen. One of the critical things for digital transformation now communication and the infrastructure. Without mobile, without internet service, no matter what you do, that space that name will I think so we focus on the communication sector today, not to say the ministry, there's so many other areas then, but I think say this focus conversation today now specifically on the communication sector. And I think the question you asked most I need to make of us think about what the government commitments that we make in the 2019 and 2024 medium-term national development plan. I'm not going to talk about public information, but if you summarize that critically, the government commits say it expand mobile and internet service. And I mean one of the critical commitments that the government make. And towards that ending, if you see what you don't do for you to achieve landing, we'll give some information on landing. First of all, policies. Critical for me, if you talk say, and as the minister talks say, President Bioba can talk say, mobile and internet service are basic human rights. We don't come on at the stage the way we think say, if you get mobile phone, if you get internet now you host, now luxury. You forbid some kind money man for me, you get to go school and say, but go we don't get a kind facility than you. Because we also probably get out, they want you to get money, but we don't move from that. We don't say basic like how citizens they get right to water, they get right to education, they get right to healthcare, they also get right for their mobile and internet service. So that basis where we come from. We don't look what put towards that the policies, critical policy they don't pass. Because if you don't get policy, you don't get strategy, that means you don't get plan for which year you must get plan. We don't implement the National Innovation Digital Strategy. We don't implement the National Digital Development Policy. We don't also implement and don't pass the National Broadband Strategy. We talk about how we plan for really expand this mobile and internet service all across our world. We have to have a strategy. We don't get that strategy, we really development partners and support we follow. We also don't get the government enterprise architecture. We talk about, okay, how we plan for digitized government. We have to have a plan. Let's say, development partners, government support, finance into renewable development. But also, critically, for me, we will move this. You get forget one of the difficulties that we normally get institutions. So if you think about institutions, then with this government got established and we can't now really affect any people who move this along. If you think of establishment of DSTI, the Directorate of Science, Tech and Innovation, and the first of its kind in this country. You think of the National Cyber Security Coordinating Center, where before we don't get, we talk about digital transformation, you talk about data there, so we also know say protecting our cyberspace is important. You can't get one without the other. And we don't see that establishment even recently, we don't go to a tier 3 cybersecurity country in a global ranking. Sunday they show the work with agency they do. We also don't get the Universal Access Development Fund, the government set up, but it will really expand connectivities in some rural areas. And also, just a good plan, as I think the government will make significant investments in the sector to date, $132 million. the government don't direct investment into the sector for move the agenda before. We also done with partnerships, for example. Quite recently, we signed a partnership agreement with Guinea, the neighboring country. That will allow we to connect with Guinea and also will allow we, for in the case of we get fiber cuts. We own cable cuts now, so Guinea will give you emergency capacity. Then self the same thing, the young cuts, we said we will give the emergency capacity, so no way will go completely dark till we resolve the issue. But then also one of the most critical things as well, too, we also encourage innovation. You know, as most people know, last year His Excellency the President in a program where he launched the National Tech Summit, we also see the launch of Starlink Nasalon. You know, we become the 10th country in Africa for give Starlink license, which supported by NATCA. We also encourage competition. You know, we get 2 providers for the longest time. We encourage a new entrant, which like you said, because we use a competition, they do well for we can to pricing, affordability and access. And within this, we get critical numbers that we get for put out and share. We don't really show intangible because we have tangibles. You know, keep talking letting about when I not see the data as like you say, nobody believe. We can to fiber backbone. In 2019, we fiber backbone at 8 districts to Mini. Today, we fiber backbone within our 14 districts. This is a 75% increase. We can to mobile network coverage. In 2019, the telcos they may only get 798 mobile sites across Senegal. Today, they get 1,405 mobile sites, and a 76% increase. We can to mobile network modernization, adding a 2G, 3G, 4G. We don't see 2G, and people like us still don't know 2G, because some people then are push to start phone you get and again a 2G network you need. So 2G we don't increase from 80 to 96% coverage as alone. 3G increase don't go from 60 to 96. And 4G don't increase from 35% only 2019 to 87%. And also NATCA encourage its telcos then for the 5G pilot phase. Mobile subscribers, again, gone through quickly before, we don't see an 89% increase in mobile subscribers from 2019 to date. We, internet mobile traffic, we don't see an increase from 14,000 to over 110,000 terabytes per quarter. Then critically, what I will round up on now the wholesale bandwidth price. Before, around 2019, for wholesale bandwidth price, we said that they sell at $40. Today, in 2023, we did at $10 per MB for wholesale. And for retail, before we done a 75% decrease in the price as a result of the investments that we are doing. Retail internet price now, when I already own the pay, we can now, the wholesale and already the telcos and the provider and the mobile, retail, waiting that they sell to people they at. We also 67% reduction before, now 120. Now we pay for new entrants. Today we are around average of $40 a month for new entrants. So these are some of the data and statistics I think say important because all well and good Mokaya and Castle and say we don't do all this way for not say intangibles, you know, people don't believe. And I say all this for say no, we not think say we don't reach 100%, so we not give this information data for things say we did fly colors, we did do the best. We show them for sure, one, say government we did permit to commitments them, we did make progress. But we also know say there's more to be done, there's more work to be done for everyone. So say all manners we say they really get access to the service and also issues of quality of service are addressed. Sorry for now.
Thank you very much. And the Minister, thank you very much. As you say, Una Office Minister is studious and he also always acts right on time. I also please for share with you and say some of the numbers the way the minister shares so and that data again will make available after this press conference. Because I see someone will struggle for copy. Or you don't do the homework for we give you. This government have a job done for giving information. Oh yeah, you all the number they need 75% increase, 76% increase. If I not call all the number, they 1,525% increase, 689% in terms of mobile traffic. You know, they're big. And that made the guy say President Bill the father of digital transformation. because of the real numbers they are getting. So we thank you for this work you do. Now, Mr. Digital, all this work we do these past 2 weeks, or let's say for the past 4 or 5 months, mobile phone companies they name on the play. People they get plenty questions. But I want first to make with you a chance for me to talk about NASCAR. Because people don't even understand NASCAR role, the function we get, how they perform that function day, and waiting me know because all the time I talk to you and we work together very closely, but waiting you they do as the DG of NASCAR in the institution for doing 2 things that we will discuss now. For support, expansion of coverage, improvements in quality. Over to you, Mr. Gill.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Norman. Thank you for the opportunity, Honorable Minister. I'm a viewer, commonly known as PIDO, Director General of NASCAR. I just take off from where the Honorable Minister of Communication left. To work with the ministry always help with, the ministry is more focused on policies and a whole lot more. But because this sector we just very dynamic and technology oriented sector, some of the work that we do, we always work with the ministry for make sure say on the policy side, on the government side, things are fine. And then we know that we get to on the technology and the implementation side. So with NASCAR's role is to regulate the sector, for make sure say the internet service they get proper, for make sure say the voice services are also good. But as I do that, as NASCAR to do that, we have to ensure that we get 3 people there for police, or 3 groups of people there for police as we carry out the mandate. The first person is the consumers. We need to make sure say the consumers are happy with the services the operator didn't provide. That is one of our #1 mandates, for make sure say they are happy. The other person is the operators themselves, they're investors. So I don't get an economy where investors play a really big role. So we have to make sure that when we do regulations, the regulations they see to the fact that they stay in this country and work with this NASCAR for ensure that the people of this country get the right service. And then we also get for please the government as well. So every time we make a decision, anytime we make a decision, we need to make sure say we draw a line, like maybe this book glad is small, but it's not glad this book glad, because at the end of the day, that's our mandate. So just imagine trying to do that all the time. And because the sector very dynamic, it's a technology sector, every time I have to make that decision, I say, okay, this particular time I would have to satisfy. Next week or next month, which until come up, So by percentage, somebody go gladly, somebody not go gladly. But we say get relatives and we are consumers as well, and we go boss they will talk to me about network bad right now. And they go fed back hard. So please understand that women they regulate or who they regulate. do bad in the business, right? I'm saying them they when they do bad, you call them number, you want them. Next time maybe you will have an issue, you have second and cash on that. So if you ever get to a point now where you see this wire now, if I'm not touch as small, you know, behave. And that's the night with the bully king, you do what's in it for you. So that are just reference to some of the things that really happen right now when I don't know about the network connectivity in the country. The operator them, the busy right now, they update the network. And what they do, they try to do it now will make things better, you know. But if in the process, you make decisions the way not good for the people of this country, I as a regulator has to step in. So, which don't happen in the past few days, where I know so are all aware of, that's what's happening. So like for example, 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G. 2G, if I can explain that briefly, something to do with more voice calls. There was much more back and forth with you know. Then you go to 3G. 3G is in between the voice and data. So as you increase from 2G to 5G, we are moving more to data than voice. And as we're all aware, data is where the world is going. Most people are now saying voice calls, WhatsApp calls, because you know, video on the internet, WhatsApp, Facebook, it's all data driven. So the consumer, the operators are really busy trying to ensure that as technology they come, they adopt them. Because most people inside have smartphones in their gates. Smartphones are better geared for the higher G technologies. So the operators are kind of busy with doing that. We don't give them, how they call us, trial license for 5G. 5G is more geared towards data than voice. The other point why I want to talk about, I believe the minister don't talk about already, the coverage. Right now, 4G coverage in the country is about 72.11%. Internet penetration in 2018 was 13%. Now it's 30.4%. So the government in mandate, the government in own goal to make sure say everywhere in this country people are able to access the internet and to reduce costs. So where the ministry they put the infrastructure in place for get this done, me almost as a regulator that will make sure say the price is affordable. We want to make sure say within a Balamwe asset or within a Kailam or Shepema, you know, and you want to apply for passport, right? We want to make sure say you don't come back. The ministry they ensure say that the transport building infrastructure will ensure say you get the application and you get the website where you go, we will allow you to do that. You don't need for free talk. So on me on side now, that the affordability, now me now go tell the operator and say, this price I want to get so, you know, affordable for the consumers. And then we look at that side of things as well. So 5G technology is in the trial phase. The operators are working hard to get that in place. We get Starlink, for example. Starlink don't come out of the country. Most people are happy about it. Starlink, the good thing was that I should not need open infrastructure for get that in place. They can't put the equipment no more than you for the trial. So at this point, we even get people away, don't volunteer or vendor them, where they put community Wi-Fi. So if you did a PZ, for example, you were able to connect to the network, then of course they charge you some money, but the cost is something that they negotiate with us. So that's ongoing. And then different communities can do that. We get cross-border coordination as well, where so if you did a Guinea border, so that between Guinea and Sierra Leone, there's a need to make sure that the frequency, they know in Gambia, for example, with the Cage Guinea station, and then the mess up. So we get, we do regulatory team where they work on that to make sure say that they work properly. We also get free roaming. Free roaming ensures that if you travel from Maya go Senegal, you know, if somebody calling from here and you in Senegal, because you know they get charged for the call. But if you use Senegal, you call, that's an example, you call them, you know, then they charge you the rate within that country. So those are things that are happening. And I want to say thank you to the Minister, again, Minister of Communication, because they helped NATCA with this digital transformation. A portion of it, of what they do, they help NATCA because they get tools they all need for make things better for the people of this country in terms of communications. Quality of service is a big issue. Like I said, I know so now the worry, the concern about what they happen. NATCA, like I said, we are on top of this. We work on it very hard. We need to just find people there. We need to do that there. All the children, we don't engage. So we don't come to a point now we say, then people are need for pay attention to the people of this country. You have to take Sierra Leone seriously. So whatever that is in our social media, that's what's happening.
DG, thank you for that. I want to give DG 2 more minutes. Because normally in this press conference, I can let talk direct, don't know the language in the social media. So we say waiting happen. Explain to me by details waiting happen.
All right.
And waiting the step the way you don't take.
All right. So Orange Network, as you're all aware, has been very bad. Very, very bad. You know, people that drop calls and a lot of, and we don't get a lot of complaints, just a lot of complaints. What's in the military for doing that for improve the network really? You know, but in the process, what could bad thing happen, you know? Like I give an example, like the other day, me and Minister did a talk, they come up put you on the camp, right? So he called me, we talk about NTR, and then whenever we talk, and then we reached now, we were still able to talk. I switched to a different network. As she switched to the network, we spoke for about 15 minutes. We talked till done, right? So what did happen? When you pick up your phone for make a phone call, there are several things that in between when they make the call, they go from your phone to the other person. Your phone are one thing. So there's quality of service and there's also quality of experience. Quality of experience therefore do with your own side of it, the time for we get. So phone and no gets, we don't know how to plan, you know. So that let's say they affect the quality of experience. Me as a regulator, me they deal with the quality of service. So like if you drive from Congo Cross now to Wilkins Road, then get a tower where they all over the place. As they move from one point to another, you left this tower and connect to the other tower, you know. So that make when you go like uplines, for example, you lost that connection because the towers are too far apart, you know. So we didn't work on that, but what's happened? So when this happened with Orange, we call them. We say, when I come, this is not good for the people of the school. Then we work on this. I was very willing, and that's I would say that I was very willing to say, Lord, we work on this together because I cannot shut you down like that. For me, I've wanted the internet come back up. I've one for punish now one thing. What my goal was to make sure that when I get this service, when I go and I deserve. So that's why I wrote to them. I called them several times, they kind of give me deadline. So by this time, we will not fix the problem because they change equipment there, right? Then that may happen, you know, they don't really meet the deadline. Then we also get power issues. In the process of changing the tower, this equipment, they also change the power vendor because they provide power for their site. So for me, it's like, why would you do that? You know, you already have problems, you know, then you go change the person back way they provide power. So it just makes things get really worse. And we sat down with them several times, they signed documents for saying that we do this and that, but it never happened. And at the end of the day, like I say, I have to look out for 3 groups of people. This time, the consumers have to win. So that's why I made that decision to finance it. I find them $1 million.
All right, thank you very much, Director General of NATSCA, Mr. Amara Biliwa, commonly called Pido, or Funky Dish. I don't say nickname there. Thank you for that update, Steve. Now, DG talk about different constituencies then. Somebody didn't understand constituency now. Honorable leader, the people they represent. And parliament, always people they can go cry to una as well. So on this question again, coverage, quality, as the people they represent, waiting una they do and how una they work. I want to give the honorable 7 minutes. Make him answer this question. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, being an honorable posting represents the people of Kenema district. We key mandates as members of parliament are 3 functions we get. We make law, we provide oversight, and we represent the people. So like the minister say, the people are concerned. But why should they make them law than they? We always get aligned with the sector players. We mean say the minister and the DG and the sector and the private sector as well. We can pass laws, we ratify loans and agreements for them for when they work. So when they loan and agreement they plan at parliament, including grants, we can make sure say we ratify them and allow them for the work proper. So afterwards, we provide oversight on then loans and then agreements working to. So some of them things we can do together to make sure say we get a proper synergy between the entire sector. But if you come back to the oversight proper and the concerns raised by people in the country about quality of service, now things will be on the risk all the time. Most times the people that can hold members of parliament accountable for things they made in the concern. Because they don't get voice at large extent, they don't get voice for who meets the minister, or they go to DG, go to my before say DG, tell me what's now the problem, what did happen in the sector. So they rather kind of parliament for can ask parliamentarians say, we not tell me what's the problems. Because we now represent them in the parliament. So when you talk about quality of service, I don't engage the minister as a committee chair, we don't engage the DG, in fact we don't engage the private sector. We as members of parliament, the constitution section 93 give you the power for ask them for what they do and activities. Where go section 94, again, anything for do with public interests, the committee they will set aside. So the Speaker of Parliament sets a specific committee, subcommittee to the communication committee, where it happened from the chairman of the committee, for looking into the concerns of quality of service. So the committee will take the responsibility for who at the entire district for who look at what did happen, particularly Orange. We get specific reference to Orange because currently we all know to seek itself all the constraints with Orange, the network. And as they constrain the network, we equally divide top up. The people there, everybody divides top up, they divide data. But the letter return that we top up, they return data. So you want to make call, they will make call. So we go on the side side. Mr. Minister, it will interest you for those say, yes, they don't change some because they say they do optimization. They mean say they change new vendor to another, from the old vendor to a new vendor. We're now from Ericsson to Huawei. So we'll look at the sheriff and we see, yes, they really do the new things there. But in the process, they didn't forget quality. In fact, they get what we call road network. If they come out of Mashaka or they head into Bo, you know they will talk about road. Did you mention that? When minister will come up with a call available for me, but we switch to another network before. So we get any road network issues then. You know they before make call along the road. We tell them down it. Then tell me say, okay, they get KPIs every day they meet. When they ask the minister in DG, you say, how come the people are reached at the KPIs? Because which means that KPIs are key performance indicator. When we say the actual pass, the natural actual pass, give them specific leverage for look at their indicators then. If they don't meet the indicators then, the DG get right to find them at every given point. But when they ask the minister in DG, how did they reach at those KPIs? Because if we don't go on the site, we notice say those road networks not the work at all for people. You go on the site, some site they don't care, you go there and say, this site there. When you go there, sometimes it can get off. And what do? We further engage the people there. We not rely on data where Orange tell we, because it's not for data, we're very good at data. But we go back to the people, ask the people. We not tell what's our constraints. For Cambia, for example, one particular site, they don't ever get network safe. from 7 to 12, they get network in the evening. So all of this constraint, we come back, we call the DG, we call Orange, we now ask and say, we now need to step up with this network. Luckily for the DG and NATCA, they really enforce the law to make sure they levy fine on them. And they act any regulation to the powers for all this levy fine. So we ask the agency, we now bring down new regulations. The regulations where they give an enforcement for do, because some of them fine maybe for me and not to a minimum. We need for fine. They want to multinational companies, they make profits. If they don't make profit, then they invest. So when I find them more, then we'll be able to get more reliable network for the people of this country. Thank you.
Well, Chairman, so the 1 million not be enough?
The one, you don't see the 1 million enough, one more of that. Because the more fine, the more we will improve on the network.
See, the people like representatives say, DG for not even do more. When I remember what DG say they consider 3 different things. Also, the consumers, the investors, and the government. So if it starts by very high fines, maybe it will turn the investor their way. So DG, you are good papa. You don't balance all the picking the way you get from GDP. The guy say for GDPs. But we clearly forget a vibrant chair where they represent the people of this country on this issue. We always wake up on this issue and speak up. I also, as I elect for remind people and say, this country, not to say people. I won on an issue like this, you get digital minister, parliament, also don't ask for question, I must say past 50 questions. And all them when they ask question, they answer openly, they talk about what they happen, answer. Saloya, not to say everything. So who will be good over the honorable president they will not do or change it. Even this press conference, I swear everything. This sets up, up the game. So I will tell them thank you. Now we get question, we don't get plenty of questions don't come online. DG, did I hear any question? So what I can normally do, I can go through the question quickly. Then when I summarize my responses, not only for you also give chance to one for answer. Yeah? And the commitment normally as I get as many questions as possible we come online. And all the questions that we come online, by the way, they are transparent. If you go at the same link, which are the lead, so you say the same. Again, also say that the doctor Nancy, you send the question, the answer. President, real commitment, transparency. Number 1, they say why we tariff high? DG. Somebody saying they pay 140 for 7 gigabytes, supposedly for last 12 months, actually they only last for 3 days. This question, the theme, consistent. Plenty people they ask the question around fair usage and all. So otherwise I will skip down and somebody will ask, no, are they done all and then I give a chance for it. The other one is waiting government, give you the information, see Orange, they improve their service. I think that's what they don't like fine for us. Why for 6 years the government of President Bureau neglects the National Telecom Company? Madam Minister, you get on the Seattle. Somebody say, waiting government, okay, I want to ask, waiting government do about the poor network system we get from Orange, and then they also add up for sale, and what's they do about it as a government? What's the government they do with the huge taxes with the network providers in the pay? So they pay huge taxes, yeah. Minister maybe DG why governments decide not for help the less privileged? They say I want to ask the MNOs and for increase the tariff on both data and voice calls. Somebody say, Ms. Alisa for you, is there a telecoms ICT master plan or strategy for Salon? I think you already talked about that, but maybe now opportunity for that. Somebody asked if UADM will be allowed for doing work or if they don't be hijacked by Africell. Somebody writes, if Senegalese they want Sonatel, Ethiopians they want Ethiotel, Gambian they want Gamtel, etc. Which makes Salomon they want Seattle. Which are the easy way network more available in the most area across the country? Which make you sell more extend the coverage? Which are the easy way Salon they experience bad network and fast data consuming? Okay, we don't ask this question again. Okay, fair usage and same one. They want to know if mobile phone network they use fiber optic cable or satellite in providing network. Again, the same question about poor data. Somebody say, why is the network so poor? Orange is always squandering our hard-earned monies with impunity. People of the country are asking government to come out with a clear statement on the future of Seratel. Okay, I think these are similar questions. Abandoning Seratel. Okay, somebody say, let's make next we'll get monopoly on the fiber network, blocking private stakeholders from setting up connections, frequent grid leakages causing major downtimes. I will respond to that. Then somebody say, if you find a favoritism, why not orange no one find, you don't find the other one there. Then somebody asked me, say, one journalist text send this question, say, if an external pressure make you find orange, and if you find that for just demonstrate, say, that's can get rank, or now for improve and compare orange for you to improve themselves. I think the question answered itself. The second part, but we will allow you to answer. And then one question come from me online, say the rising incidence of drug-related thing there. Concerning the same President Bill's statement, say they elevate salary reputation. If this trend, the risk for undermining the progress, we will not make. I'll answer this question plenty now. But my big chance, I think Minister will start with you again. Then you answer overall. I think there are some themes on the questions. Then we come to DG, you respond, you get some specifics. Then if they left anything where as a people's representative want to touch on with you, they'll come to now.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I think so straight to the point, a lot of questions coming on Seratel and what do we do. I think since I'm the point that the last okay, we will ask about Seratel, provided or not place, but we don't ever tire, as they said to say, we never tire for answering the question back. On the issue of Seratel, government during that first time, agree for privatize Seratel. I think say what people mention other countries them and how the operators that they run. I think so people will find very interesting in some of their countries, even though the provider gets the national name, it not means that the government is the one. Most of those, some of them are privatized. It just still get the national name. So now that same process that this government background decides say for really push Seratel before say we should have to privatize Seratel. But then just on which we learned the process on the last term, they will not go through some of the procurement processes, but towards the final stage, there was a difficulty in agreement between the person when we win the bid and the government. To the point say later on, the private sector company decides say then they withdraw their bid. So we get for static process all over again. And because we have got a procurement process, if I just take Seratel today, give us in, that can be done, but you get for both processes. And one of the key processes when you privatize Seratel, you have to do an audit. Because if you not do audits for no waiting inside Seratel, for no waiting Seratel value, tomorrow go privatize now, all my bag will accuse we say we go give it Seratel. So we need for we say all man when they take Seratel, all man they think say assets. Seratel get beaucoup assets. Seratel get money get beaucoup assets. But what people don't know about now the liabilities that we Seratel get. The liabilities that we don't gather. And even the technology. One of the reasons we make Seratel begin fail and go down small. Now the technology where they go deploy on, not say where they go take loan for them. Later on that technology they like I say the person where they manufacture and can they manufacture that technology again. So what does that mean? You don't deploy all the technology using this lens here, so then they not talk say then they manufacture again. So when the team well, we want spare parts like if motor car more. If Toyota talk say and then you go for again, then you go for don't well, then you need to go for parts. Who say you get up? So that makes sense that tell begin go down. That's a technological issue when we dey where begin go down. So even when you think of privatize, go get other person. That person they can do assessment for see what it would take me for my able upgrade the system we say I tell it. That is financial. Some of us think I say, I just say I tell the name. But all this why they say, well, not me so we don't say I tell get value. You get value, but I make the audit important So the process currently will be on with the Ministry of Finance. And to be honest, we don't get private sector people, everyone can take and talk say, make we pay for the audit, make we able to do this, but we say no as a government. Because if you pay for the audit for we, that means say you go play around with the report. So we want independent audits where they go to so reality, waiting inside there, with audit, with the work with audit, I know somebody else mentioned, we partner with them, but you also need audits in the telecommunication sector. People understand, not just financial audit you do. You're doing audit on the technology. So we need that capacity for support the financial audit. So we say in reality, we know say waiting say tell waiting did waiting at the assets, waiting at the liabilities, and waiting at the true value. We will allow it for go to privatization so that process there it is not abandoned by no means of the stretch, we not abandon Seattle, but we can go through that process there for make sure say when we privatize, because not for just deposit, one deposit for ensure say once it take up, it really bring back up the name of Seattle, we will maintain the national name of Seattle. That might just on that. I think say quickly I will also want to somebody mentioned master plan. As I mentioned, we get broadband strategy, we get national digital development strategy with the guide with ICT development. And quickly somebody mentioned monopoly. I didn't say that too, what they meant was Zoodlabs. Again, the fiber, the internet bandwidth, and the government assets will we get. But again, during the last time, the government make the decision for privatizer. Where the sea cable go, the management of that went to Zoodlabs, and the fiber backbone, the land and the rural areas went to a company called Leocon. So and then process, and then the per manager, they went through the official procurement processes so they will get that name. On the issue of taxes, I think that the left for we honorable because at then the shape, the parliament like the shape waiting where government collect tax, where government collect money, waiting that money is meant to be used for. So I will left that issue there with them. And even though there, to be honest, the DG the chairman of the Universal Access Development Fund, but and we will turn and more, but within also you have to do, who also support them favorably. But thank you.
Thank you very much. Government no go abandon Seattle. Government they go through a very systematic and intentional process. Did you not give 4 minutes? Let time for summarizing the question in the minutes.
All right, thank you very much. Let me say a word to some of them here. One of the questions the way I get is why the tariff is high. Anytime we come up with a tariff, we do benchmarking. We look at the other countries, the way they are around, West African countries and other places, and see how they deal with pricing. You know, so when the regulator or when the MNO comes to me and says, "I lost money right now. I need for they help me with tariff because if you don't do that, I know we will support the tower. All the tower don't like they get generator, they get this, they get that, you know, for keep them up. So if an operator decides that okay, this particular tower they are not able to manage again because I'm not getting money for manager, and then they give me profit, you know. We get what's on it, we'll talk about that. So when they come to me, we sit down, we look at different areas and looking at the cost of services. So thankfully, through the help of the Ministry of the Digital Transformation Project, we don't do a cost study. The cost study just done like last month. The cost study now waiting, the independent group they come, they ask the operator, they all say, waiting, how people spend for providing service. So if they take into account everything what they spend, then they come with a formula for say, okay, because you spend $100 per this, you spend $20 per this, you spend so that we believe say that this amount is for charge, you know, at the end of the day to the consumers. Then just don't like I say, early this month, early this month. So we get us to look at just like how petroleum don't come out to formula. I believe say for the rice bag, I see something on the internet, which I don't know what the formula. At the end of the day, we don't go to the report, we go able to tell and say, okay, we will definitely see that this formula will be used now going forward. You know, and I'm going to see table now, you know, we get for evaluator as time we go on. Taxes, then I really their own business that and they don't talk that and all are not going to provide any value as anything more than it. UADF, the job now to provide services to the unserved and underserved areas of the country, right? So then they get money, operate on the money, when they pay with a percentage of value from what they go to them for help them for do that. You know, I believe say they get some constraints, but they actually they go and do and some of those things the way where they require for do. Why the network is unavailable in remote areas? These are business people. Now money they make. Then they don't tell nobody say that's a one they now money they make. So then they do they evaluate the area for make sure say okay, if I put a mask there, you know, I will get enough people that will connect to that mask day for big money. If they don't get, they will not put it there. So they make remote areas and talk. But thankfully, we don't get UADF and the eventual planning for make sure that those areas are covered. Then we get Starlink as well. Starlink will help with that a lot because you don't need infrastructure, you don't need for put while they pull. You just connect to satellite to your building. So that's helpful. Metro, they come into the market. Most of the fiber, the way the fiber at your home right now, they create a metro network, you know, they assist with that. So if you get fast internet like host, you get protect, maybe you don't have to pay them or not pay them, but they were a pioneer in bringing that to the country. External factors that cause the fine, I mean, I don't expect why make to find them, so I don't know if I need to go to that. KPIs, not just talk about KPIs. When we define operator for anything, we look at, we get a group we call SARC and then they do the KPI for us, they look at all the networks and see the networks are good or not. So the KPIs, when the last time we do regulation, the value of the dollar was 10 leons, right? So that means we always go back and review the regulation. We're going to have 10 leons to a dollar. Now, it's about 24 leons to $1, right? So if we find themselves now, what we find them now, 10 leons at that value, then they even crash it. Because it's nothing. That was in 2000, yeah. So 2020. So now we review the regulation, and for now we will make sure say when they break any of those KPIs or they fall below the KPIs, we will find a substantial amount where they will say they don't commit a crime. So right now we work on the quality of service regulations. So don't therefore send them to the minister and the parliament to look at them, and then that will help for regulate the sector. Thank you.
Thank you very much, DG. Chairman, the significant tax that we need to pay.
Of course, thank you very much. We all know say we come to tax now, NIA in charge. But again, then tax already NIA collects by law giving powers for collect tax for all everybody can do business in the country. Of course, the tax they just go to NIA coffers. They go for the benefits of the citizen, the ordinary citizens. Everybody will benefit from that tax they collect from. So I believe say that they go towards the progress of this country and make NIA collector. But again, let me just bring you quick to Seratel issues. Seratel's issues don't deal like Grenier issues for a while, we don't go back and forth with Seratel. But hopefully, the minister say will likely succeed for get somebody. Because if you do audits and you do technical audits for no asset audits, you know, say what's in now, Seratel assets and all of that. Now that based on that, the person investor this I will come for can get, or that this I will get. Most of the long term they don't pull out because they know the kind of liabilities we sell at gets. Going forward, I also want to talk about the benefit of UADF as well. We as members of parliament, we are the highest beneficiary when UADF implementing the project they do. Because the way DGC, where mobile operators then they go or they go to any area, one thing they can have in mind, the viability. If this place will go put it will viable for we will make profits. UADF said no. So with the support of the minister and DJ and the NATCA, they said we'll give support to UADF, where UADF collects some percentage from the profits where the mobile company they make at the end of the day. So they collect certain amounts of profits when they go to UADF for who put tower, outside, then not able for put tower. And what UADF look at now accessibility and affordability. So again, that's our what they put. They're not the only put it out and say, now you never can use out. They still they put it out for any mobile operators that can for carry the network on, so that we all will get network at the end of the day. All of them will share areas.
Thank you very much, Chairman. On the question of the drugs, every time the country name is mentioned in the same sentence with things like cocaine or drug trafficking, obviously not a good thing. But as I point out the other day on radio, in the White House in the US, tell me can affect cocaine. The question not to foresee bad people not to do bad things. There will always be crime. There will always be like lock here say the country with the best security they try for shoot the presidents, they try crime will always they do inside the parliament and all that. The question of what you do in the sport. So in terms of reputation, this is also an opportunity for them to enhance the reputation to around the world, to be partnered around the world. And I make we act and point out two major things that we do in this kind of case. One, we don't hide nothing. We don't hold a specialized, not even wait till they wait to use the call before you start. We need a specialized press conference. We go through every single detail what we get from the Guinean authorities. We quote all the facts. We don't get nothing for right. Two, we immediately don't recall the ambassador and the head of chancellor, and we don't start a comprehensive investigation. Now, government interpretation, yes, they are at stake, but based on the actions they will take, the reaction. And so far, I think even if you watch the press, the international press, the reporting, there's a lot of nobody know the cast aspersion, no suspects are no movement is that. Bad people will do bad things. Always. People, they all keep getting sensitive. The question of what we do as a country. And now we don't assure them as well say, we conduct a comprehensive investigation. We will provide updates on that investigation and mark my words. Anyone, irrespective of status, found connected to a book any law, yeah or internationally, the president's commitment is clear. He will face the full penalty of the law. Now I'm going to answer questions. Alright. When I know the rules, the only superstar there on the panel. Okay, yes. And so the question you keep on short, straight, and to the point. Announce the institution, the answer question. I think last week Naya will start, so we'll start here, and then we'll do 2 rounds. Let me see all the hands up. Okay. Kamalo Noblan starts that give chance for us as the number 1. But Kamara obviously for us as the number 2. Bola Naya will ask as the number 2. Man on the other side. Okay, 3, 4, and then between number 3 and I want to post we Noblan ask question. So, no, we know 2 Blans ask. Now only 5, yes. So 5. If I get a question about my whisper, so I'll tell them the question. Then everyone ask. No, quick.
Okay, thank you very much. Kamalu Samuel Pass. I think you don't forgive me. Because some 3 questions.
Kamalu, one quick question.
Yes, sir.
And if you get 2 other questions, you send an
Okay, they are very important because they're talking
Kamalu, all now we get question. Question.
One
One
question.
question.
Okay, first of all, in terms of the fine, the orange fine, you know, the quality of service for the MNOs sometimes is linked to third-party providers, service providers, like Zoodlab and Yoko, in terms of data, the internet. So technically, I don't even service the MNOs in fall inside. So what thing, that's what I don't do for the third parties here. Because again, I cannot be fined for another man's crime.
Fair.
Yes.
So good point.
We have to look at the fairness.
Okay.
And also the issue of UAPF. You know, they are having a lot of money. It's 0.75% of the cost of MNOs. All MNOs, they pay annually 0.75% of the cost. It's not a profit, in fact, to UAPF. And the purpose are for expand the services to yeah, it's not. But you are good with me, much has not been done over the years, because I don't know that. Much has not been done to serve those that are served areas.
Okay, question.
Yes.
So the question is okay. No. Two questions. You don't get two. That's it. I'll be very consistent. I am one man, I know that. I don't be generous to you already. Two questions. Yes, Makama, go ahead.
The watch.
I didn't intend to not double. Don't reduce.
Yes, sir. I must confess, say, all right, another movement companies and the blood of the print and the electronic media in this country. The support is on us.
Oh, go ahead.
Make I ask you, we know, before Orange, many companies that don't change hands. The same building, the same local staff, or is it the foreigners that are involved? The member of parliament talk of a multi-million-dollar company, but we people are talking of economic justice. Now, when the company now take over from one to another in the case of Orange, don't ever give space to the new takeover for conduct feasibility studies there, for all the technical challenges they make for this. When in princess or left, before we just go, when he broke the rules, say the same problem we had before this country 10 years ago of government, the same problem again Orange today, so far. Thank you, sir.
Now we don't know our residents limits. I normally allow for preface with the attack question. Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, Mira Justice from Sarah Fox Media. So, this now for the DG. You are going to be saying, just like how you want light, I don't want to go away, for beginning, because we affected member, or I would say citizen of Orange and dubious activities. So I'm not in pain, you understand? But when it comes to the fine, it's not like I see, Orange always don't say, whenever they get the formatting, they don't say, hey, we'll get money for paying the fine. They'll just go to maybe. So what are they saying? How effective, or what are the other measures they want to put in place for CC? When people in the also found out, getting what are measures they rather than find out or say, pay this, at the end of the day, they don't. What's the other?
Thank you, Justice. Thank you very much. Yes.
Ibrahim Sayas, Voice of Salon Radio. And DGB they talk, and also Honorable Member of Parliament will be making statements. I will now move to the WUGET section. The National Communication Authority Act of 2022, whose we talk about the consumers area. We get section 152 and also section 153. Basically, the mobile company, then when they ready for do anything, and then they keep consumer informed with, right? And then they inform we say this and this they happen, and also the promotional area. Now they get 1 month's tariff, and sorry, that's how way somebody they buy at 25 millions, Orange, AfriCell at 20 millions, and QCell at 20 millions. Then you get the promotion where they go for 1 week, right? How they work, and when it reach to a particular week or to a particular term, within 3 days you don't sell. Waiting the mobile company they do, and how owner as authority they try for work on with these areas and they for protect the consumer.
Okay. Thank you. Last question.
Yes. For the
Yeah,
you don't.
Okay. So now collaborate.
I write for the Calabash newspaper. Madam Minister, when you talk about the fire pots where I try for do between Guinea and Sierra Leone for say if there is fire pot as Salon, Guinea can come in and so. But one of the GSM company they make complaint about fiber pots as one of the things that we don't challenge the network. So internally, what did the ministry do for ensure they work with the GSM for ensure they are the issue of fiber pots internally? Honorable, the aspects of the mobile companies, I can call say like someone in the parliament in the present on a motion paper about some of the challenges there, and also what the parliament can do for help them for address the challenge there. As a parliament, as a committee, what do you do for ensure say then see the year when they put forward or even for follow up through and so that then see how we address in terms of the network. DG.
I've been kind to you because you present for a person. But you're not going to take advantage. DG. Few questions for you, sir. One, the question of fine. Kamalo said third party complicity, or let's say network issues because of third party, whether you define person for and whether you take that into consideration. And then there was a question for you on UADF about, he said not much has been done with the UADF money, but maybe you need to provide evidence of what has been done, both of that, or provide that. Pakamara said the question of transitions, Orange, they be owned by different companies, for example, over time. And during that transition, when they whether like you do visibility for make sure they don't carry over the liabilities or challenges from the previous holder of the company. And then just to say how effective are the fines and whether they get other measures. Because if they say I fine me 1 million, other people don't say this is not the fine too small. I will pay. I just go ahead and I will pay. So if you get other measures already used. And then Sarah says how will they work for protect the consumers away from things like promotions and things like that. So I think they one of the major questions for you. And then I think we'll get to question for okay, then you talk about cyber costs, but those are for you, Minister. So let's start with you.
Thank you very much again. So Mr. Kamala, the question was about why Orange was fined, or why not the number will be fined. Earlier, I told them, I say, where you get picking them, not to also the lose until you beat them. You know, as a regulator, I have to use discretion sometimes. Not to anything always until happen. Sometimes they not to their fault, like you say. But this time, the fine will find them, not their own fault. Now their faults make we find them. Now they embark on how they call us swapping, which was supposed to be a good thing. Now they embark, now they change power supplier in the middle of the game. So that's why we find them. And every time we find anybody, we need just find, we call on our force, we give an opportunity for address the issue. It's in our regulations, you know, we need just do things like that. So I hope that answers your question. As far as the feasibility study, most companies, the way they can in this country, you don't go to telecoms. It's on you, as opposed to when they can do a feasibility study for see if you fit into the ecosystem where it exists already, not just telecoms. You know, if you have specific questions pertaining to the sector, you will ask me, engineers and provide that information. But Mickey always advise say, anybody call me, remote this step, say, well, I can't do this in a salon. You own a businessman, and you can't find out which they exist that they go on. Because I can give information, but I don't want to use that information for make the decision. At the end of the day, say, well, I'm going to tell you that. So if you're not a good businessman, where the guy inside, then you go do the feasibility study and make sure so you get the right information to guide you. Yeah? What thing will they do for help the consumers then beyond now? One of the things that we talk about, will they not kind of keenly look at this thing what they call number possibility, right? We look at them and then of course I choose my words carefully. Anytime they talk, I choose my words carefully. Number possibility naturally allow you for if you lay in one network, if you say bad, you remove your number go to another network. You know that network better. You know. So I think say if we implement that, if we're able to not to say that two is just to flip a switch, it's a process. So I just want to know that they say that who will look into or who plan to look into. So if for example, this network bad for you, you will switch to another network. Because what it makes most people that they stay on the network that because we don't get that number they need. And most of that all man get to number and lost the number. But if we get either opportunity to consumers then for able to switch from one network to another without losing the number, I think say even the operator the said to say nothing, not work up. Otherwise, I will also focus about it. So that's something we are considering. In terms of what will happen, when let's say everything happened with Orange, I told them, say first of all, I said, people they not glad into now. I said, give them back what's in that, what's it on. Like somebody tell me say what is it for 3 days a day without internet connection. I say, compensate consumers. Figure out a way to compensate them so they will glad it back. But I believe, say, they lose something like that, but I told them, the instruction I gave them, say, let it be a campaign. Let consumers, they know, say, because most people, when you talk to them about this particular network, they're not like, oh, then they take the money, then they do this, they do that. I say, so one of the things you have to do as a papa, and so when I make good with the consumers, when I go talk to them, when I give them back, then they begin gladly for our network again. You know, those are some of the instructions I give them. I say, when I compensate them, then when I inform the giver on what did happen. Because sometimes if you know, then you're not surprised. But if you know continuously, this is a continuous process. You have to continually tell this, the consumer what you're doing. You know, so part of this fine too is in my act, it says if I give instruction, you don't do I get it for fine. You know, so that's a part of all of this. I hope I answered all your questions the way they asked.
Minister will take the UADF question as well. Although you are the chairman of UADF, but I think Minister will take it because I think you get the data of that. Madam Minister, so if you do UADF question, then you do the cyber courts question. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I think the person say we will do it, I will not agree with you. And they are told not say UADF not do what you know, lawyer. And legal language. Anyway, I think say UADF as the minister say we get associate who let for show data on waiting has been done. Just this 2024, UADF don't build 5 new sites, 5 new poll sites. One na Kailao, 2 na Bon, 1 na Kono, 1 na Moyamba. That 5 sites with the long bill will each cover a radius of 5 kilometers, where as a result now a total of 48,000 plus previously uncovered. Previously people don't get access, now they don't get access. That 5 sites added to 4 where they don't do before, so total now they get 9 sites. Because, but maybe why we notice the difference, because as the minister said, when they do the sites, not to UADF service delivery. When they do the sites, they invite the providers then for when they can put the equipment in. So when you go there, you will just see app, you sell orange, you sell, not knowing say, na UADF, na middle side. So I will just want put that there, but all that thing the way UADF they do. Now for expand digital service, digital capacity. So currently, just last year, they don't build 3 new digital centers. One at Token, one at Daru, one at Calabar. The centers, they don't equip them with computers. And inside the centers, they don't train community members. When they train the community there for do digital training, to date, they don't train 300 community members as a result of the center on various digital skills. And also, part of what they do, and the sites that we did last year, we make them really focus on agricultural zones. Because I don't say the flag, all Boku sector, the way all community need telecommunications. But we were trusting at the government in flagship in agriculture. And for me, agriculture go before one of the key enabler of infrastructure where farmers they need. So we prioritize zones outside agriculture obviously. So part of that has already put a site there and distribute phones. You cannot go put sites, people they don't get phone. And now really also one of the considerations the way the telcos that they make. If I go put sites, tell them community members and they buy phone for use the service. So usually they don't only put the sites, then they distribute phones to the community. So to date, they don't distribute over 600 mobile phones to the community members and they put the sites. And finally from Adon, then also in the 5 sites and then they install kiosks. These are centers that you give the community for help them for able to maintain the service. So then kiosks and then like mobile money. Like mobile money kiosks, like community they will charge phone at a cost. So then billion cables and then they hand them over to the community with the equipment and one of the third pattern is the digital and the first one. Digital will just go find number to faults. These are conversation. I don't know if like faults first before finding. But secondly, some of the tender way they see fiber cut at least at some point bow go they off, yeah go they off. This pattern as a result of third party people and cutting the cables. Cable, whether I don't know if people ever think so mean cable and don't think so mean physical cable. But that's a physical cable where either bury under the ground or be passed over. If you go light fire, you burn that cable. You depa disadvantage your whole the income and other providers and go fix that cable. This thing will be do constant, will try for many time, not so long, but at least important for people are aware this internal fiber cuts where they cause and who will be with community keeper. If this somebody they cut cable, I think so all for all communities then responsible because we do it disadvantage we all. Thank you.
Kamalu, you see that UADF question we asked, where will they go school? We get some students, we don't go study, I don't go study. Then teacher come, they go ask me question. He said, when I come, basa, baby. I even for the minister, so. You can't go home. The minister, Bata. Also, no, let me judge. You know, he asked the question. You tell the teacher. All right. Chairman, we get a question, say that we go give na position paper. How will I don't do if we have respond to it, then we ask for parliament in terms of my support? Yes.
Of course, I don't know who that will submit the position paper to, but as me, as the chairman of the committee, we only follow up on the challenges we MNOs and county face all the time. Firstly, the way and the minister said, and all it agreed to the fiber cuts. Continually, people will cut fibers in different areas. For example, Mr. Minister, when we go look at the facility, the data center now. After Bo, together with Orange, as we reach Kenema, we don't get a fiber cut now Bo. Because they have fiber between Bo and Kenema. So when you get a fiber cut, it takes 3 hours to wait before talk to nobody. And we realize this now somebody will just be dig in road for make sure they do something, way through, they cut the fiber. We get also the challenge that we face. Most of the concern that even the government agency, Salwako, ETSA, they don't distinguish between the fiber and ordinary cable. So by work, where they cannot take them laborers at work, somebody will just take it, they cut that fiber. And when you cut that fiber, that entire community not gets. But also we be reminded for increase or improve on the microwave. So microwave they put down some again poles and they tell what they. Now small microwave they manage the traffic. So we tell them say if you know that you get fiber not emission microwave they use, they increase on the microwave. So the kind of microwave we go for help for transmit the traffic very quick. For example, if you put from Kono, one tower link from Kono to Kenema and Kailama. They will increase on the microwave reading, so it means everybody will forget. But if the microwave is small, then the fiber not even full there, the choke, and then it will break copy. So some of the challenges in the menu. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Second round of questions. Now on this side with you. The woman obviously will be number one. Who gets other woman that will not get. Number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So now, yes. I'll be not on the answer. I have the answer. Go ahead. Number 1 at the lady, please.
Me name is Samjay Abongo State, reports on Sky Times newspaper. The question is on the issue of NASCAR. I want to know where one can find them only there soon. Which one are you there on here? And inside like
yeah. Ministry of Information. Sorry, keep
Okay, it's a choice effect.
Yes, go ahead, sir. Thank you.
Adding to the question this woman asked.
Yes.
Now, they don't find any people there. This morning, if we come to them. If they talk about Kono, but the bad network with the body. then you tell the people and say, when they keep back to Kono, so what the people they need. Why you not be talk for the whole salon people that have orange on the street for give me less than 1 year every Sunday free call? Why not we do that for visa?
Okay, thank you very much. Number 3.
Yes.
Then I'm from the nature newspaper. Madam Minister of Communication. You don't get another ministry for 1 year now. What are the biggest challenge from the policy angle if not addressed? It will hinder the progress of internet connectivity inside Sierra Leone. And I want to make it confirm. Somebody talks say most of the websites inside Sierra Leone, it is being posted in Europe. I want to make it tell me say if Daniel too.
Rachel. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Suleiman Jalo. Jalo, please.
Okay,
I report for Expo Times newspaper stroke magazine to the committee chairman of parliament. They said in November also, just like when I've been get an oversight visitation to various locations across the country. The issues raised from the constituent owner received from them. When I get engagement with Orange when I go. After that, just last week Friday, when I get back on the engagement with Orange. People in one phone, since when I come from the oversight, they want to make no communication, will not see no actions taken against Orange either other MNOs. Yet, just of recent, we see the NASCAR impose fine against Orange. From the side of Parliament, what are the modalities we have put in place going forward for halt the challenges being faced by residents across Sierra Leone? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm very sorry for that serious. The people that send me, but before then, I want for as kindly, Madam Minister, DG, and Chairman, and Mr. Minister, we don't be in foreign affairs over 1 year. We don't talk about, data connection, digital connectivity, but this ministry will not ever benefit free Wi-Fi safety for them work there, for able for perfect. So I want to ask kindly, Madam Minister, DG, Mona, help this minister and this particular work, so that they will get free Wi-Fi.
It's okay. Don't let any question out. Thank you.
Now the question is they want a free course and net. The free course and net. They still want them. Thank you very much.
Right, let's continue. Just for the record, not so ministry officials send a box that question. Alright, some important question. Don't say that. Thank you, Lord. Again, you don't think that's normal. We don't think that's but because of this, we don't ask already for like 15 minutes to time for our quickly. Mr. DG, who said the money and the go, who said they keep the money. Why you not be talk for the orange? Because of how people are not suffer. Say the orange will give people if now something the brother say one free call all the time, and then free calls and free Wi-Fi to the ministry. I want to let you talk about that as well.
All right, thank you very much. In terms of what we do with money, like I said before, we go by the laws of this country. Now, Parliament, it tells you what the money they come to NASCAR. So, first of all, I don't reach out to the CG of NRA for making people collect the money. But beyond that, which in our act, and how we use for determine what happens to the money. I don't get any authority for do anything beyond that. And what's inside me have put in a new power to do that and they have to look at. Yeah. In terms of why I choose Connor was just an example. I directly tell the operator, let's say, or Orange say, when I make good to them people, when I make good to the consumers, when I get bad name to the right now, when I make them feel say, that they do something to rectify the problem. So it wasn't just Connor, that for all man and they ask. And when they begin give minutes or whatever, I was at one point this is a vex because one of the promotions that they get now, when they give 3 minutes between 12 midnight and 4 a.m. So I was like, we don't know to them till they have to, and then watch man them, or the security or you know. So that's when I only said I would make a really vex small, say, I don't give an instruction, so now go. In fact, it's not even about, I wasn't even coming from the regulatory side, but as a papa, the minister can always tell me something like I look at, say, if there's a bad relationship between Orange and the consumers, we have to fix that. And the CEO of Orange knows that I've reached out several times to her and say, make we work on this in our public relations thing here with people. Because all the time, now Orange, I have reached out to, I don't talk to people that are Orange several times say, you have to fix this. It's not just about providing voice calls or data. You have to have a good relationship. Because anybody there will tell we will tell and say, I'm very big on relationships. You know, because we believe say relationship they can't go from how money they can go. So I reached out to them several times. So not to say it just happened. It's not to Corona, yeah. The free Wi-Fi business, me and the minister talked about that this morning. We will work on it. We work on it. Hopefully we will get that done. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Madam Minister, I think, no, I want to at the end, but on the question of free calls and free Wi-Fi, I think if I don't want to know a few things on Wi-Fi now, every week we stream. And when the ministry is stream, this way, my partner on this, for most starts, after several degree internet, or 100 degree internet, and then through a relationship we get with both the ministry and NATSCA, because obviously that's who they want to be. Even today, we get the internet, but today we get big news. The company where they call Elcom, when a new player in the market, they get a partnership with Starlink. For the first time today, they provide with fiber, Starlink connection, yeah? We get good internet. So when they watch you online, they will notice, see the quality will be get to today online. We now bring watch because I don't even monitor on the group. Sharp. We call it all sharp because of Elcom and this partnership we get. And also that partnership because of what the minister and NATSCA meet today yesterday, I asked them, we hope say they will make this partnership permanent for 2 reasons. A, so we get high quality internet. And una always there, una reach here. We want to get enough bandwidth. Una will connect to this Wi-Fi. So una self will use that while we are there. So I can tell them thank you and clap for them for that. Una make clap for the Wi-Fi. Eh? When I give you all the clap. Eh? I say, oh, we don't confirm for next week now, we don't permanent. Now we should not test it for us. I don't feel like it's like you. As well. Check out the events that you are we get, I think you want comments on. Okay, exactly. And then the question of challenges with you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Minister. I'm glad you say you don't address
the website host.
Yes. I'm glad you say you don't address the issue of the internet. I'll tell you say, this time people that I've been at twin ministry, no go there this ministry needs internet. And just to mention, say even up to 8th floor, you've never paid for internet up there. But I believe say yes, there's some challenges for internet today. And not just to the Ministry of Information. Actually, the ministry provide internet to the whole of government, over 50 institutions, which the ministry provides internet for. Not just the Ministry of Information and Communication, all the ministries and some key government agencies where the ministry provide the internet to. Just on that name. But the question is, that's a really insightful question. Thank you. Nobody ever asked about challenge.
The biggest challenge,
the biggest challenge,
especially on internet access.
Internet access. That's a really good question. It's a question I ask myself all the time. I think say we have one for internet access now, penetration. How would they move penetration across there? When I think say free tone, and another one accusation would always get say free tone to say. Freeton has pretty good, at the same time you have Freeton, you don't get access connectivity. But we begin with the Google area and we get gaps every day. Then if we say that human rights, how fast will they move this access for many people they get? And if you know what in the area will move, as I said, we don't mention but investments for go build towers. Building towers, those are not cheap. Cheap even microwave, those are not cheap investments. I mentioned to you, so we made 798 2019, we don't go 1,405. But if you don't have 76% increase, that is not enough. We know that there's so the biggest challenge we get. Now, how we be able to put policies strategy then be able to move this internet penetration faster. And one of the things that we discussed study where the DG just mentioned, so we don't do, now some of the things that they highlight. We country, we don't do boku for mobile penetration, but not to side one day. We don't reach it to side one day. How will they move that quicker? The custody don't give you several recommendations then. Something that even so one, we don't do UADF. The key is we make do UADF. Now because we know say we count to mobile operators, then get a consideration for move. Then they look at profit margin, which is fair enough, then our profit making but we need 4% for that need. But we government to get different priority, we want more people to get. By all means necessary. So that we could get you ready. But there's other things other countries they do. Some countries have what they call tobacco. Some countries then get a company where in you will come and build towers. And we build it's like economies of scale. Before each telco build for itself one and get the money from now, me build from now put today. So these are some of the things within the cost studies and something we will look into for see if it's viable for salon. You also mentioned hosting. So not just websites, to be honest. We get a lot of just services, systems in general. All systems need to be hosted. Previously, we not because of the data protection. Not we don't get data protection. So because of that, once we don't get something called data localization law. Most countries then get what they call data localization, data residency policy and law. Which means if you generate data, which includes website, all systems generate data. If you generate data from a country, the country get to be your first primary place where you host them. Before, if you want to get backup, you can host them somewhere else. So we don't get that day before. So because we don't get that day, all man they taking data system, you host them wherever. Sometimes they use these platforms where they do cloud hosting, they host them which get both implications, even for data sovereignty. For country, how they able control we own data, because data is a commodity. Data is being sold right now. As a country, how they control critical data we get. So one of the things that women in the minister mentioned data protection law, we work on. We also do what we call data governance law as well. Through that policy, then legislation, and now we can define with data localization law. We will make provisions of say for me first side go host, we go be salon, and even if you host how they will get access to the data and policies around that. So really thank you for the two really insightful questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Minister. Mr. Chairman, your last word before we close.
Thank you very much. The Jao asked question about from November. Of course, we get issues concern be raised by Iranians and say more particularly on quality of service. So special committee, subcommittee, we constitute, we are going for the chairman for that subcommittee, and they can say we go around, we engage, before we go out, we engage Orange and NATSCA, and of course NATSCA Orange, they be together get the ideas of the Ghana website and the Ghana decide to come back and we'll be able for them to report. Before we go on Christmas break, I will take all the report from Parliament as to waiting and the findings we will get from the constituency and the findings will happen with all the service we Orange they give to the people of this country. So that report not taken. Well, also like we mentioned last week we get meeting with NATCA and Orange for bringing them back, for bring Orange say we still not able to satisfy with the network, particularly on the indoors and outdoor. Most buildings when the indoors coverage, not even within a salary call. For example, if you need an apartment, you need a well of apartment, you need for the call. It has to go out of it. So some of the issues they are bringing up, unfortunately, already NATCA we don't find them. So we just make sure say NATCA enforce that fine and continue to find them if they not improve on the network. So that we can come back. But the document they don't have parliament are public documents, so everybody can get access to that report. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I get two things for adding then to close. Number one question will come on this issue. Say they make changes, they tell we things they change as citizens in they tell we. Now one thing that we as a Minister of Information we said very concerned about. Me and a colleague, the minister, don't discuss this issue. For really to get a clear comm strategy for this sector, because it's a very important sector, together, for me to respect the consumers. If anything they change, not just this sector by the way, all the other sectors, whether utilities, providers, and other things, if something they change, the citizens they get right to advance notice. And now when they build the platform, they are across the board for all the access for the citizens, they get information. They get press conference here, but we release them, the website will make up to date, we platform them, we community radio stations, therefore utilize the structure and they for make you the citizen because information now you right. Before we go, we have one breaking news I want to make sure soon on this. The Ministry of Trade and Industry will put out. Today, for the first time, President Bill, who will come, I think the last week we will get today, people will say, what the price for yes, the bag, almost in the seller, yes. Now, Ministry of Trade put out a press release, we say, following the last press release with them in January 2025, the Ministry will promise to announce the retail price. We see they announce, we say, when the retail? We tell us, patience. We come. So, nationwide, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, they please for inform the general public now, say, after the consultation with everybody, Ministry of Transport, Salon Police, and in the Indigenous Transporters Association, on the mentioned prices in the respective district headquarter towns were reached. So we told allowance for buying parboiled rice in each district. Bo 848 leons, Kenema 849 leons, Kono 849 leons, Makeni 846 leons, Kabbalah 851 leons, Udloko 849 leons, Kainam 853 leons, Matsu 860 leons, Kambea 853 leons, Karene Kamakui 860 leons, Pujel 860 leons, Oyamba 850 leons, Falaba 870 leons, Sonkolili 848 leons, Western area urban 830, Western area rural 830. And just to be clear, that price has immediate effect. We go down as soon as we sell you, we will not sell you so before we report to the appropriate authorities. This is an important note to hear because the building policy will increase price candle. We will also promise we will give a transparent formula by which we will announce the price of essential commodities. Because the bill will not talk and do, if you talk and you don't do it. On that very high note today, I'm going to tell a very distinguished guest, thank you, Minister of Communications, Technology and Innovation, the Honorable Salim Amon, the Director General for the National Telecommunications Authority, Mr. Amara, and of course, the chairman for the Parliamentary Committee on Communications, Technology and Innovation, with the Water University. I also want to say thank you to all the partners, Elcom, Orange, Africell, Capital Foods, VSO, that they provide you live sign language, UNDP and Chinese government, and they make we don't get a new upgrade that we begin see. By next week we will get even